Hey everyone, this is Noah from Knights of 67 back with more World of Warcraft patch 5.4 PTR coverage. And today is going to be a preview of the Timeless Isle. You can see these giant turtles out on the outside, and if you go into the Timeless Isle, you will get teleported straight out. So my improvisation was to go ahead and use Farsight. So I go ahead and Farsight, and we go to the Horde Outpost. Here we see the Fight Master. There are no other NPCs up at the moment, so I'm interested to see what else they'll add. There are also a bunch of turtle NPCs that we can kill. They all seem to be elites, which is very, very interesting. Now we have the Flight Master at the Alliance side. Again, much of the same, no other NPCs except for the Flight Master. We see more turtles, the giant ones outside. We see crabs on the water. And we're going to go ahead and we are going to Farsight over here. Now, this island is very, very populated at the moment, as with, numerous NPCs and all of that. So Blizzard appears to be getting very, very close to opening this thing up to the public, which I am very, very excited for. So we see yaks and things like that. And if we go over here, there are a bunch of these skunky brew elementals. And we have that giant keg of brew right next to them. So perhaps we need to kill them and fill that up as some kind of mini event, and we'll get some kind of reward for doing so. Who really knows? But I am eager to see what will happen with that. Now, if we look at the map, we can see the general outline of the island. Now, take a look at that big box in the middle of the map, right next to that lake in the middle. This is where the 4 new August Celestial world bosses are going to be, which I'm going to go ahead and Farsight to the middle to and get a good view of them all. Now here we see Chi-Ji. You can see his health and his general model. You can see Nialzo with his health below his statue, which is very interesting. I'm going to go ahead and refresh Farsight here so it doesn't expire. We see Yuan, the Jade Serpent, and these are all going to be new world bosses, by the way, as you can tell by their health. And they are indeed enemies, as you can tell by their red names. And we have Zuen over here as well. So that makes up all 4. And don't worry, they haven't turned evil or anything like that. We're not going to kill them. They are simply trials for the heroes to overcome, to prepare us for the Siege of Orgrimmar, which is very, very cool. So those are 4 new world bosses that will be introduced in this patch 5.4. Now, if we go over here to the village once more, we see this rare elite, Gucci the Swarmbringer. Very, very interesting. So this is a first glimpse at one of the, what I'm sure will be many, many rare NPCs that patrol the island. He is patrolling the village, and he is surrounded by many, many spotted swarmers, as they are called. These are non-elites, and they only have about 200k health. So those won't be very much of a challenge to AoE down at all. But this rare elite does have about 4 million, which isn't very much, but I'm interested to see what he drops or what he offers. If he'll be part of a quest, if he'll drop something neat like a pet battle pet or something like that, who really knows. Now, after this part, I can't go any further with Farsight. You can see that it says it's out of range, and only certain parts of this island are accessible by Farsight. So I try and go as close as I possibly can, but I really can't go any further than this. So, what do? Well, I go ahead and I go to another part of the island, which I will show you on the map, is that big fortress at the top, the northern, it looks like a giant box. You'll be greeted by these Molten Guardians, which are 92 elites that have 21 million health. And as we go inside, we will be greeted with more of them. They are patrolling 21 million health. So I'm very interested to see where these will play in. But it looks like they will just be trash mobs leading up to the 5th new world boss in patch 5.4. So all new 5 world bosses added in patch 5.4 will be on this island. Take a look at this guy. I'll go ahead and go even closer to him. This is the 5th world boss that will be added. Ordos, Fire God of the Yangel. And look at him. He looks really, really cool. I'm interested to see what his mechanics will be because I looked in the dungeon journal, which I'll bring it up here in a second, and there's nothing in there. So I'm very, very interested to see what he will offer. I'm sure we'll have to bring him to the room outside where the ads were because where he's standing is just a very, very small platform. So I'm very interested to see what his fight will consist of, along with the August Celestials. So again, there are going to be 5 new world bosses, each of the August Celestials, and Ordos is the 5th. Now, we'll go ahead and port to another part of the island real quick. And this part got me very, very excited. Now, right here, we have this Molten Guardian. This Molten Guardian is sitting right next to a chest that is labeled Blazing Chest, which is actually interactable, but obviously since I'm farsighting, I can't do anything. This is very, very interesting, and I wonder what kind of loot we will get. If that is indeed the loot for the boss, why is it not by the boss? So perhaps it's just an extra little treasure chest we can find. I am very, very excited to see what is in there. Now we will go ahead and we will farsight up to the top of this bridge. Now we will notice all these cloud serpents flying around, which is very interesting. They are more elites. So it seems like the large majority of NPCs on this island are elites with multi-million health. But what have you come to expect when we are level 90 and face roll anything that isn't above 5 million health? Now I go ahead and farsight on this bridge here. This is the first of 2 bridges, and really past this point, I really can't go any further again. Only certain parts of the island are accessible by farsight for whatever reason, so I notice that there are more elites down there because I see the name. So what do? Well, I try and go and farsight on the ground, which indeed I can do. So I go ahead and I do that real quick. And we notice this giant crystallized beast. So again, we notice more NPCs over here with tigers and everything like that. So this island is very, very populated with NPCs indeed, with all kinds of different NPCs, including these rock giants, which are more elites. So it's very, very intriguing to see what this island will hold when we can physically come here on our characters, because as of yet, we cannot do so. So, I hope you all enjoyed this little sneak preview of the Timeless Isle. I had a lot of fun sneaking my way on with Farsight. I thought they had patched it, but it turns out I could get through if I got close enough to the island. So, I hope you all enjoyed this little sneak preview, and I will bring you more on the Timeless Isle when more is available. Until next time, this is Noah from Nitro67, and I'll see you guys next time.